This conference will now be recorded.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm going to call the Public Works Committee meeting of, what day is this? June 6th to order at 5 p.m. I'm Ken Poisson, Chairman of the Public Works Committee and 6th District Councilman. Item 2 is the approval of minutes. I'll take a motion to approve our May minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries unanimously. Item 3 is report of the Public Works Director. John emailed that out to us ahead of time. John did. Renee did, and Renee is not here tonight. Dan Wakeling is sitting in for her. So we've all read Renee's report. If anybody has any questions that either Dan or John can answer, we'll take those questions now.
Well, I'll give you an update. I don't know if everyone knows that Rob Baird told me the new scoreboard for DeLuca Field has been ordered. They expect it late July at the earliest, but at least it's been ordered and they're paying for it.
That's good news. And that was the design that we had looked at in Parks and Rec Committee, Bill?
Yes, it is.
Oh, good.
Hey, Dan, do you know anything about the DeLuca bathroom renovation?
Yes, we have a contract with Ferraro's Painting. So right now we got pricing from them and we cut a PO for them to grind down the floors in the bathrooms in the coach's room and put that epoxy down. I don't know if anybody's seen the bathrooms at like the Baldwin Center that they redid, that they went over. They're really nice looking. To do that and then to paint the bathrooms and then do some painting outside. And then we're going to work on the outside of the building, which needs a lot of work.
Sounds good.
But that's where we stand right now.
Are they ever going to get rid of that payphone?
Yeah, I think we're just going to take it down. There's nothing in it, just a wire hanging. So I don't think we'd get any kind of trouble just getting rid of it.
Yeah, it's kind of funny seeing that sign that says public telephone because you don't see those
I know.
anymore these days. All right, thank you very much, Dan, sitting in for Renee. Item 4 is the report of the town engineer. John has emailed that out to us ahead of time, as always. John, there's no action items tonight?
John, you're muted.
Yep, no, we're no action items tonight.
All right, we'll just take the highlights of your report then, and welcome back from vacation, right?
Yep, thank you. So the coastal resiliency, the CIRCA project, they're developing some concept ideas for discussion, and the town staff will be meeting to review those things, and then at some point, we'll be having a public meeting on that. That's for the resiliency of the south end. The FEMA LIMWA map, the consultant has gotten the data from the FEMA to be able to start to evaluate the LIMWA line and the flood elevation that are currently published on the FEMA map to see if there's any room for adjustment. And so they've started that modeling, and we expect by the end of the month they'll have some results of that. So some progress being made on the resiliency projects. The Stratford Ave and Honey Spot Road improvements, the roundabout, we are waiting to, we're waiting for the utility companies to get back to us with their relocation plans so they could be incorporated into our plan set. After that is received from the utility companies, we will be getting the plan sets to DOT for final review. In order for the utility companies to finish their work, they're they're doing their investigation on what the impacts are to the project. And they have to do some test pits to verify where the utilities are in relation to our proposed improvements. So that, that's ongoing now. We find on the Broad Street Bridge project, we finally got some comments back from the Army Corps of Engineers. So with that, we can assemble all the comments we received to date and submit an application to the DEP for that project. So a little progress there. The MS4 project, the storage of stormwater at the Baldwin Center on the property of the Perry House is under construction now. You may have seen it if you were down at the Main Street celebration this weekend. Also at Bunnell, the retention basin was excavated up near the senior parking lot. So that work is underway. The miscellaneous drainage projects is underway, as is the drainage on Seymour and Jackson. Nothing to report on that, but they are working on it. The Bruce Brook improvements, we had a meeting with the state to move along the award of the grant for the project that's at the end of Bow Avenue. So we're told that they should be getting us the grant award, soon. So I'm assuming this month we'll get that final notice of grant award. Part of that is to waive the consultant selection process so that we could use this consultant we currently have on the job, which is Weston and Sampson. So if we get that approval from them, which we expect, then we can, in the grant award, then we can begin that project. So a little progress there as well. South End drainage study, the consultant should be presenting their preliminary hydraulic findings this month to the town staff. The Rebestos project, that conveyance culvert across East Main Street has begun. So, they're estimating 4 to 6 weeks to wrap that project up. I haven't heard any negative comments yet regarding the start of that project. And the Metro North Rail Bridge project, I think last month we talked about some of their preliminary comments. They had a public meeting that some of you went to. They're currently asking if the town is satisfied with what they came up with at Bruce Ave and West Broad Street. And so we're looking at those two bridges in particular. If you remember, West Broad had a betterment of 6 inches of clearance on the bridge opening. So we're looking to see if that's a satisfactory solution. If we feel that we want to recommend that they provide more clearance, that the only way they could do that is by lowering the roadway. And if they lower the roadway, that would impact the drainage. So that might require a pump station. It would also impact potential driveway access on the adjoining properties next to the bridge, because in order to lower the road, they'd have to build some retaining walls. So that might affect some of the properties immediately adjacent to the bridge. So actually same situation on Bruce Ave. So those two bridges we're re-looking at just to make sure that we can live with what they're proposing, or if we want to recommend them to do further investigation. And then lastly, the Greenway project, that the Greenway extension, which is the part from Birdseye Street to Elm Street to West Broad Street, is out to bid now. So that will be the bike lanes on those roads that I mentioned to bring you to Main Street, which would then link into the Complete Street project on Main Street to Barnum. So our project, not the Complete Street project, that project was bid out, but came in over budget, and there was a single bidder. So those bids are still being evaluated. That bid is still being evaluated, and the budget's being evaluated. But our project, the separate project, which is the Greenway Extension project, is currently out to bid. So we get those bids results this month.
So John, which bid came back too high?
That's the Complete Street, which runs on Main Street from West Broad to Barnum.
All right, was it way over?
Yeah, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it was, we have a grant of, I think, 2 million, and it came in at 2.4, something like that. Don't quote me on the numbers, but it was,
Right.
it was a good number. But, you know, we're looking at ways that we can reduce the number and reduce the scope of work to get it back to budget.
All right, and that Benel project, is that still on schedule to be finished before the Benel parking lot gets paved?
Yes, they received the materials now for the storage unit. So as soon as school's out, they'll install the storage units underneath the main parking lot, and then the town would be able to go in and pave it, you know, end of July and August.
All right, good. Does anybody else have any questions for John?
I do.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you for the updates, Mr. Casey. Do you have any update regarding the project for the lower pond wall that was supposed to go out to bid again? Do you know if the town was able to get anyone or a contractor?
No, I don't. I don't know if Ian might have some on that.
Yeah, I do have. I know, I was talking to Renee about it earlier before the meeting, and she said they're just waiting on a purchase order for Dolan Construction. And once we receive the purchase order, I guess they'll be starting.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then, Mr. Casey, the South End rainfall preliminary presentation, are we allowed to sit in on that when it happened?
Well, first I'm going to review it. I haven't seen it yet. So first step would be for them to submit it to me. I'll take a look at it, see if I have any questions or comments. And then, you know, once, you know, our comments are addressed, we would then, you know, get ready for a public presentation.
So would that be within a month from now, or?
Yeah, I don't want to say yet until I know what their findings are and if we agree with them.
Okay.
You know, we want to make sure that when we do present it to the public, that we have answered our own internal questions first.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, John. Item 5 is the date of our next regular meeting. It's the first Monday in July. That's July 3rd. As always, that's always a tricky meeting because of July 4th. If you know for a fact that you are not going to be here, please let Aileen and myself know ahead of time so that we can plan appropriately.
Ken,
Jean.
I just wanted to mention, because I literally just got a picture for Public Works of a garbage or recycling type can that was thrown into the pond on the upper pond by the waterfall.
Hmm.
So I thought it was perfect timing because I'm in the meeting while they're sending me pictures.
Yeah. All right.
You know, Chad has guys working. I could send him the text and have him, they can
Thank
go
you.
retrieve that.
Thank you so much.
And
Thanks.
can I
Thanks.
have one
Good.
question?
Good. Yeah, we hate to hear stuff like that, but that is good timing, Jean.
Perfect timing. I do have one question, Ken, if that's okay.
Caitlin, go ahead.
Dan, do we have a contract for the algae remediation for this year? Were we able to?
You know what? I don't know that. I'd have to either talk to Renee or Kelly about that. That sounds like
Okay.
something that Kelly would be involved in. So
Yeah,
I will
No.
ask her to get that and get it to you.
thank you.
You're welcome.
That's it.
Okay, so Monday, July 3rd, please let Aileen and myself know if we're going to have quorum issues. Any other new business?
Nope.
I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Bill O'Brien.
Seconded by Gene. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Chair votes aye. Motion carries unanimously. We are adjourned at 5:15. Thank you very much, as always, everybody.